Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I'm going to be working on stage 39 of the Alien Xenomorph released by Agora. Sorry, didn't have all my thoughts together. Released by Agora. And in stage 39 we got left ribs and right thigh. And I think there's a surprise in here because as I'm looking at the instructions, the PDF instructions, it says there's 2 ribs in here, so we will be finishing out the ribs in this video. And yes, there are 2 ribs on this in this pack. There's a couple of the pipes, some more magnets, and some more of the silver screws. So let me go ahead and get the screws cut open and the magnets, and we will start working on this. And if you remember from my last video, if you watched it, not saying it was a bad thing if you didn't, this has actually been sitting here for a while, trying to let this set up. As soon as I get these magnets in place, I will be taking the skin back off so that these magnets can set the rest of the way. Let me just see, I checked earlier. They're at least staying in place, but I don't want them to pop out because I put too much stress on the B7000 glue. So the first thing, just like the first thing in the last several issues to do, is to put the ribs on. And I want to make sure, yeah, that's the right way. I'm going to go ahead and put both ribs on, hold both ribs on at the same time. Get out 2 screws that I need for the ribs and dip them each in the oil separately. So here's the first one. Let's see how talented I am if I can actually do this. That one's in, tightening it, and that one's done. Let me get this other one. I'll do the same thing. Dip it in the oil. Screw it into the rib, and that should, at least for a little while, be the last of the ribs. Actually, it should be the last of the ribs. I don't know how long it's going to be before we actually do something with both sides of the rib cage. Sorry, it's getting warm in here. Today it's going to be up to 55, and I still had the heaters on because it was pretty cold this morning in here. Looks like the glue is still good there. Let me flip this around so I can actually see these. We'll see if we can not rip any of the magnets out that are already there and not do what I did with the other side where I had one magnet shoot over and grab a hold in the wrong pocket. It grabbed a hold of the magnet that was already there. And I don't know if you're seeing what is crap. That could be bad. I just dropped one. Got it. Just dropped one of the magnets on the floor. But it didn't go anywhere. That would have been bad. So I'm not sure if you're seeing what's happening, but let's see if I can show it. So you can see the skin here is gripped onto these magnets. As I fold it over, the other side drops loose. So the magnets it might have been a good idea to make the magnets a little bit stronger, but I'm not going to say. You know, I don't know. I'm not far enough through the build to say definitively that they're not strong enough. And again, I said this in a prior video, according to what I have seen in other videos, the magnets are only there to hold it until you, to hold the skin until you put zip ties on it. Again, yeah, I'm going to take these out before I have them flipping all over the place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the skin up here and then work the magnets each separately, because the big thing is getting them down and latched into the pocket. So grab another magnet, put it down in there so I know which side is, and it flipped on me, so I need to make sure. Okay. What had happened was it flipped over and I wasn't sure which way the polarity was facing. Do a little bit of glue in there. Make sure it coats the entire socket. This time take the magnet off of the file while I get it into place. And there we go. That's actually going to be the easier way, is just to drop it on top of those magnets that are already in there. And those ones are these ones are set pretty good because they've been there for a couple of weeks. Come on, let go. Drop this next one on. I'm holding it to make sure it is facing the right direction. And that's where things go south. What happened was it shot over and latched onto that one that I have had problems with before. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I apologize for the squeaky chair. That one's good. Not everybody can own a Harman Kardon, or not. It's not Harman Kardon, I don't think. But a friend of mine, Ian, over at PITSTAIN Hobbies, has a really nice chair. He paid like $900 for it, I think. And I believe that was actually a used price. Okay, so let's make sure that these all are grabbing. And they appear to, it should grab like this, but as soon as you let go, one side or the other is going to drop loose. And I'm looking at this, and every time I've heard a click, what it is these magnets lifting up. So that means the B7000 is not doing its job, so I'm going to go ahead and pop some super glue in here. That one's lifting up a little bit. Tried to use black super glue, which is supposed to have rubber in it. It did not work. And you see that one just popped loose. Ah, come on. And there's the problem. It was not. Hope that's the right way, because it is not cooperating at all at this point. It does not want to grab hold of the rubber. It did want to coat my thumb in super glue though. That one's popping up as well. Let's see if I can do this one a little bit better. I think, is that one staying in place? Okay, that one's staying in place. So now I'm going to set this aside and let it dry completely, as well as this part, the thigh, because those parts are both done. So the only thing that's left to do in this stage is put these onto the protector here. And so the first one they have you putting on here, I've got it faced the right way, is D4. You can see right there, D4. There's a pin on both ends. I have a feeling that this might be the wrong one, because it is actually trying to go a little bit off. No, that is D4, so that is correct. That's D5. So let me pop this out of here, figure out where I put my clippers, clip that off. It's kind of odd because the curve is actually facing the wrong way. So I'm actually, there's my problem. I was putting it in backwards. The pins and the tabs are all the same size, so it's easy to put it in backwards. You just have to make sure that the curve of the part faces the right direction. So put some glue in the whole trench between the two pins. And all the tabs, I'm actually going to put it up into the, up above into the skin parts as well. Not really skin, but the groove that the pipe fits into. Up in here, so that it stays a little bit more secure. So matching up the curve, pop this down in here. I said matching up the curve, not doing it the backwards. I was just doing it the wrong direction. The curve was the other direction again. Get that pin in there, and that's how that goes in there. Actually is grabbing pretty quick. And it's nice what they did was they extended this pipe across the two separate pieces. I did feel this flex a little bit. Let me just make sure this screw is tight. Now it's tight. It wasn't quite tight before. So now we've got D5, which has the longer pin or longer tab on the part away from D4. So I can cut this tab off, and I will apply a little bit of glue to the end of it so it'll glue up to D4 as well. But let's start putting some glue all the way down here at the end. And just keep, well, I'm going to start down here by the other pin, put it in the tabs. Looks like I'm almost out of super glue. Might need to put a little bit more in there, but I don't want to do that right now because I'm not sure I'll need it. I won't need it in this issue, I don't think. And I hate to leave glue to just sit there in a tray like that and dry. So now the longer tab goes down on this end. Forgot about putting a little bit on the face of the other tab, the other part. So now we're going to drop this in here. If it'll fit, it doesn't want to go, but it's wanting to grab. So we'll start down here at the other end with this pin instead. Come on. Get into that pinhole, then down you go. This last pin, it's just not wanting to go in. Got it to go in. I don't know that if I've ever pointed that out, but you can see the rubberized pins actually stick down through the hole. Actually go all the way through the part. So between that, the ribs and the rest of the thigh, which is now off screen drying. That is all there is to do in this issue. Hope you're enjoying this. If you do, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post a new video. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. Links will be in the description. Got a great group of guys over there. We're all doing something. A lot of us are doing part works. A lot of us are doing plastic models. We welcome all modelers over there. What else was it? Oh yeah, as I always say, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video.